and welcome everyone to the In Focus series of Drishti IAS English. I am Pragya with you today. In our today's fruitful discussion, we will be discussing another important natural phenomenon. The title of our today's discussion is Kallakkadal, which is a natural phenomenon and is responsible for causing floods in the several coastal areas in Kerala. So in this discussion, we are firstly going to study about this phenomenon known as Kallakkadal. Then we are also going to examine the causes of this phenomenon. We are also going to draw an important distinction between Kallakkadal and tsunami. And lastly, we are also going to discuss a practice question for your prelims examination and a practice question for your mains examination. So let us move forward to firstly understand the background of our today's topic. And this topic is important from the perspective of your GS3 paper, that is environment and ecology. So this phenomenon, natural phenomenon, also known as the Kallakkadal, in Malayalam is basically an ocean swell or swell surge. And it is responsible of causing flooding in several coastal areas of Kerala, and these floods are currently happening. Kerala is impacted by these kind of floods and they usually occur in the pre-monsoon season. Okay, so the worst impacted area include Alappuzhu, Kollam and Thiruvananthapuram district. So this brings us to the important point of our today's discussion, that what exactly is this natural phenomenon of Kallakkadal. Okay, so Kallakkadal is essentially coastal flooding during the pre-monsoon season, okay, caused by swell waves. We will be understanding what are these swell waves in our further slides on the southwestern coast of India. And if you talk about this Malayalam term Kallakkadal, okay, so this is a combination of two words, okay, including Kallan. Kallan means thief. Okay, and the second word is Kadal. Kadal means sea. So it is also known as thief of sea or sea thief. And this local word Kallakkadal has been approved by the UNESCO in the year 2012. So to summarize, it is a natural phenomenon caused by swell waves, okay, and it is responsible for causing the flooding in the several coastal areas in the state of Kerala. So moving forward, let us understand what are these swell waves. So see, waves can be of two different types. First is the wind waves and another is the swell waves. Wind waves are definitely influenced by the local winds because they are being carried forward by the local winds. But if you talk about swell waves are not influenced by the local winds, rather they originate deep within the sea, deep within the ocean surface, and they travel from the deep areas to the shallow areas, and they are generally caused by the energy that is present in the ocean surface, okay, and that is why these are very high waves. So this is an important distinction between wind waves and swell waves, that wind waves are definitely impacted by the local winds, but on swell waves it has got no impact. So basically wind waves that travel far from the original wind source and gain energy from the ocean surface are swell waves. They become swell waves. Moving forward, let us understand the causings behind the occurrence of this natural phenomenon. So Kallakkadal or swell surge is caused by ocean swells generated by distant storms rather than the local winds, as I have explained, and they can occur from storms like hurricanes or prolonged gale winds, transferring significant energy from air to the water, okay, And this significant transfer of energy from air to water causes very high waves. Moving forward. Typically, Kallakkadal is the result of strong winds in the southern Indian Ocean, where ocean swells originate, traveling northward to the coast within 2 to 3 days. So, these high waves have the capacity to travel thousands of kilometers before they strike the shore. Moving forward. The latest instance took place after a low atmospheric pressure system moved over the region around March 25 from the South Atlantic Ocean, 10,000 kilometers off the Indian coast, and the arrival of the pressure system resulted in strong winds which led to the formation of swell waves of up to 11 meters in height. So, they can rise 3-4 meters above the average height of a sea wave. And whenever they are disturbed, they cause spillovers and hence cause flooding. Moving forward. They happen very suddenly. As I said, that they are not influenced by the local winds, and that is why they cause huge damage to the coastal areas, because it is not easy to predict them. Wind waves are easier to predict because they are influenced by the local wind directions. But if you talk about swell waves, they are not easy to predict. But we have developed systems and initiatives such as the Swell Surge Forecast System, introduced by the Indian National Center for Ocean Informative Services in 2020, and they offer a 7-day advance warning. So yes, with the developing technology, we are trying to predict these kind of swell waves, and this Swell Surge Forecast System offers a 7-day warning, and hence it is easier to move the people of coastal areas before these floods actually strike the coastal areas. Moving forward. Let us draw a distinction between the phenomenon of Kallakkadal and tsunami. So, this phenomenon of Kallakkadal came under spotlight after the 2004 tsunami that killed more than 10,000 people. But it is very different from tsunami. See, if you compare these two phenomena, that is Kallakkadal and tsunami, these are basically caused by swell waves. But we know that tsunami is caused by seismic activities. Within the ocean surface. Within the ocean surface. For example, if there is an earthquake within the ocean surface, then that earthquake can cause tsunami. But Kallakkadal phenomenon, also known as ocean surge or swell surge, is essentially caused by swell waves, and hence these two phenomena are different from each other and they should not be confused. Okay, so with this we come to a conclusion of our today's discussion. We have discussed this natural phenomenon that is currently occurring in the coastal areas of Kerala. We have also understood the causes behind it. We have also compared the wind waves and the swell waves, and we have also drawn a distinction between this natural phenomenon and tsunami. And definitely we need to improve technology. We need to improve the early warning systems if we want to stop such coastal floodings. Okay, right now we have a warning system of just 7 days. But we need to develop the technology so that the coastal community can be saved from these kind of floods. Now let us discuss a practice question for your prelims examination. So the question is, consider the following statements. Your statement number 1 is, Kallakkadal is also known as thief of sea or sea thief in local language. Your statement number 2 is, this phenomenon typically occurs during the spring season, that is March and April. So, which of these statements given above is are correct? Your options are, option A is 1 only, option B is 2 only, option C is both 1 and 2, and option D is none of the above. So kindly drop your answers in the comment box below. Now let us discuss a practice question for your mains examination. So the question is, has climate change increased the instances of flooding? Comment. So firstly, you will write about the climate change, that yes, it is a phenomenon that means global warming of the earth, and due to global warming, definitely the climate of the earth is changing. So secondly, in the body you can write that yes, what is happening due to climate change? The sea surface temperature is rising, our glaciers are melting, ice sheets are melting, and hence due to the melting of glaciers and ice sheets, we are witnessing more and more of glacial lake floods. We are witnessing more and more floods. So yes, there are proven incidences that yes, climate change is actually increasing the instances of flooding because the glaciers are melting. It is rising the sea ocean temperatures at a very high rate, and therefore it is definitely increasing the flooding instances, and we need to take appropriate steps to mitigate climate change, and you can conclude very holistically. I hope this session was insightful for you. If you have any feedback regarding this session, kindly drop it in the comment box below. If you liked today's discussion and found it to be helpful, kindly like the video and subscribe to our channel for more such interesting updates. Thank you.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.